Shh. Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about a big issue, very big issue, like it's very bad. I'm going to talk about slavery, very a harsh topic to go into, but I'm African, if you can tell, and okay, so slavery. Slavery has been a very big issue in our society, and it's led to racism and everything. It all started like when the Europeans came to Africa and for resources like gold, silver, and diamonds for and to get to exchange for silver and everything. And in order to get that, yeah, they just went in there and either they hit on people or like since there were these people who came from nowhere, the white people, the black people thought they were gods or something, so they forced people to work for them, and they had like guns, and just Africans thought they were like gods. But before that, black people who or Africans in Africa, especially Western Africa, sent sold or exchanged like like sold sugar for for people like they will exchange give people to the white, and like the white people will give them guns, grenades, and like stuff like that. So these were mostly leaders, because leaders wanted those stuff to in order to like go to war, because we in Africa, if you can tell, if you couldn't tell, we have a lot of tribes. Even in our own society within Africa, we have so many tribes that like divides us instead of unifying us. That's just one fact. So that's why like the African or the black race is so what's the word? I don't know. I don't want to use a very sensitive word, but like that's why us black people we're like separate. We're like very detached. So so yeah, so Africans and Americans are obviously the same people, but we think that we're different from each other just because um, some people would say, "Oh, you're from Africa, you're not from America," and like me, from my personal experience coming to the United States, many African Americans thought that in Africa I came from like the jungle, and like they just view me as this stupid girl, like I had never gone to school. And like when I told them that I spoke French, they were like, "How can you speak French? Are you from France?" I was like, "Of course not. Like, no, of course not. I know French just because the French people came to my country." But yeah, slavery is a big issue, was a big issue, and it's still having an effect on us nowadays um, because of racism. That's just one fact. And like, yeah, now there's even though there's no racism like in my school right now, there are several groups of people like within my school. We have so many people, like it's very diverse. But like Africans stick with Africans, Brazilians stick with Brazilians, and Spanish with Spanish, and like oh the all the white people like stick together. It's not like everyone comes together, and like I'm taking honors, like English honors, like for the first time in my life. So I took it this year, and I'm like the only African or the only black kid in my class. So like I'm all by myself. Like I only know one person because um I don't know why, but I just know, and she's not even white. And like I've noticed, like the white people in my English class stick to each other. Like they love each other. They compliment each other. They work together. They have when we have essays, they always like call each other and like work as a group, like a team. Sometimes like one person will go to another person's house and like hang out and like share their work and like talk about what they're gonna talk about on the paper. But me, since I'm the only African kid in my class and I don't know anyone, so I can't like go to some like I mean I talk to them, but like I'm not like friends with them. They just I feel like I've been trying to like talk to them or like be friends with them, but they don't want to be that close with me. They mostly like stick with like each other. Yeah, so like at the lunch tables, there's like African group, like Brazilian group. Sometimes it goes like this: Haitian, African, and like how do you call those people? Jamaican. And some Jamaicans like act like Americans, like African Americans. So if you like talk to them, they just act like, oh, I don't know, they just act. I don't want to say this like a way African Americans act, but like the ghetto style, like, oh, I'm not trying to talk like that, like stuff like that. They try to act like ghetto, like African Americans. And like I have a friend from like Ivory Coast. If you don't know, it's a country in Africa. She is very sweet and everything, but like when she came here, she started acting like she was an African American. Like she just tries to click with like the how do you call it, the Jamaican people, and like those Jamaicans also act like African Americans, and forgetting that she also can hang out with the African kids. It's just like us black people, we could be like unified and like work together, but like some black people feel they're better than others because they're Americans. African like African Americans hate Africans because some of them, not all of them, they hate African because they feel like we've so like Africans sold them, but it was back then, and like they probably needed the guns, which those guns today are used against ourselves. Like black people kill each others with those guns and that the Europeans gave us, and yeah, so people from the Caribbean, Haiti. It's like this thing in Facebook called Africa versus Haiti. I don't understand how you can compare Africa and Haiti because Africa is a whole continent. How many countries does he have? Like 50 something countries. It's almost as big as the United States. I don't understand how some people can compare Haiti, the small, like tiny Haiti, to the big whole continent of Africa. Africa cannot be compared to Haiti. First of all, Central Africa. I know we can say like the white part. There's like the north, which is has like Algeria and like Egypt and everything, and the South Africa in the middle. I don't know. There's like 52 countries. You can't just compare. Like what's just Nigeria. Um, I won't say Cameroon because Cameroon is okay. I'm from Cameroon, but like Nigeria, Ghana, those are one of the prettiest countries in Africa. It's almost if you go there, it's almost like going to America. And some people think that Africa is a jungle. Like if Africa was a jungle, how would I come to the United States and go to middle school? I don't get that. But so to answer Cecilia's 23 question, I just think that yeah, back then people like Africans were kind of blinded by what they hadn't seen before, like the guns and like everything the white people could offer them. So that's why they sold them. I mean, it wasn't a very good thing to do, but yeah, it was just back then. It's history, and we gotta take it as it is, and maybe learn from history and try to unify, like get all Africans together to get Africans to work together, not to go against each other. I mean, we can all play sports, like the stereotype thing. Like when we think of black people, black men, we just think, oh, he's playing basketball. Yeah, so I'm gonna end right there and just to sum it up, we need to stick together, work together. Even if, I mean, even like we just need to work together to make a better world. Because Africa, for example, today is known as like very, it's known to be like the poorest continent. It is the poor. I don't even think it's the poorest continent. I'm not sure, but all I know is that there's so many uncountable countries in Africa that are so beautiful. Like you don't understand. Like I just want to tell those people who are ignorant that Africa is not a jungle and that we don't live with animals, and like we don't stay in this huge I don't know, like we don't live in the forest. We're developed, we have roads, we have cars, we have schools, we have education. We're not stupid. I mean, we go to school. Everyone needs education. Yeah, so I'm gonna end right there and say thank you. If anyone thinks wrong about like has a different opinion than I have, you can always share it so I can like find a difference, or like maybe um Yeah, maybe I'm ignorant too. I don't know, but yeah, you tell me. I'm gonna invite